everyone, and welcome to today's discussion about Ghost Month and other beliefs, brought to you by the Philippine Daily Inquirer's Property Section in partner with seasoned property developer Ortigas Land. I am Texa Maniego, editor of the Inquirer Property Section, and I will be your host this afternoon. But before we start, let me share with you my own take and understanding of the Ghost Month. I believe that without proper understanding and knowledge about the Ghost Month, it can actually send chills down one's spine and result in unnecessary worry and fear. So what is Ghost Month? In Chinese folk belief, the seventh month of the lunar calendar year is called the Ghost Month, considered to be a dangerous period and often regarded as the time to be extra vigilant and careful, particularly at night. The Ghost Month, as explained by Feng Shui practitioners, is when the portals of the astrological heavens open, allowing spirits to go in and out. The gates of hell are said to open, and when this happens, the spirits can easily go into our own world and do harm. It is also widely believed that during this time, the yin overpowers the yang, and when yin qi dominates a house, it starts to attract ghosts and wandering spirits, which were released from hell to roam freely among the living. These are the reasons why many are mindful of the taboos and take certain precautions during this month. After all, it wouldn't hurt to be and to do so. For this year, the Ghost Month starts on August 19 and ends on September 16. And to help us prepare for the Ghost Month, we have with us today experts who will tell us more about Ghost Month and other beliefs, as well as share with us some tips and reminders so we wouldn't upset the hungry ghosts and spirits roaming in our midst until the mid-September. Today's discussion may come in handy as well, especially that our country and the whole world is reeling from the deadly effects of COVID-19 pandemic. I'm sure many of us would want to get ideas and amid these challenging times and invite luck into our homes and businesses. So to start off today's discussion, let me introduce to you our first speaker, Ms. Tessa Prieto Valdez, an interior designer, a well-respected influencer, and an Inquirer Property Ambassador, and a Feng Shui expert as well. Welcome, Ms. Tessa.
Hey Tech, how are you all? And thank you for inviting me. I'm an interior designer by profession, and of course people think I'm a fashion designer or just a lifestyle person, but interior design really is my passion. And ever since I've had a liking to Feng Shui, it's like it's a blending of energies and integrating it into your living space. So every time I design, I have like basic principles wherein, certain things like you're not supposed to put the toilet above the kitchen, and then the nice thing with the Feng Shui is it's practical tips. It's like something like, there's always a reason behind it, and it's all a matter of aligning all the energies, as we all have all energies. And now, because like I think the next speaker will explain why this year has been really a year of reset, recharging, refocusing, because it's the year of the metal rat. If you know basic Feng Shui, the rat is the first of the 12 animals. The metal element is the first of the 5 elements. So if you put first of the elements and first of the animal, that's a 60-year cycle. Meaning everything we do this year will supposedly revolve around what you plant, what your intentions are. So this year is so important. It's just that maybe God and the universe and all the spiritual beings out there forcibly put this virus on us. So we have no choice but to abide with the energies, so we can really have no more reason to say, I don't have time to do this and that, I'm busy. But now time has been given to you, and it's really a matter of harnessing this time to what really matters to you in life. So going back to the Ghost Month, Feng Shui also has it's like a numerology also. Of the numbers in Feng Shui, 168 is lucky numbers. That's why 8 is infinity, 6 is the heavenly star, and I won't get into that. But this year, the number 7, which is the trouble star, which I'm sure Joyce will talk about, is in the center. So everybody. Last year, I don't know if you felt the prosperity because 8 was in the center. Everybody enjoyed it. Everybody. So this year, it's a matter of refocusing your finances, rethinking about what your plans are in the future, assessing what really matters in your life. Okay, I'm going to just dwell on 5 really just easy 5 tips on what you can do during the ghost month, which has something to do with your home. Okay, number 1 is where, like in your house, make sure anything negative, which is clutter, mess, dust, all those, you have to rid your house of that. So as Tex said, it starts August 19 or 17. But what you do is like starting from now on, start cleaning each room. Make sure that there's a, and it's also, it's also timely with COVID now. Everything has to be clean and disinfected. So you make sure that your entire house is clean. So that's my number 1 tip. The second is you can, ideally, you're supposed to have light, meaning light is energy also. So in certain rooms that you don't even like, so, you know how in the house you have some rooms that like a closet or storage that you don't even open. That's where spirits come. So what you do is like, they say, turn on the radio once a day or turn on the light. So that means the elementals or the spirits will know, hey, somebody lives here. You got to claim the space, and also technically they're ahead of you. They have been in your space. So in fact, in my house I have, but it's white. So that energy is good. So what you do is like, okay, in all your area, in all the rooms, especially those that are hardly used, turn on the light or occasionally turn on the radio or music. Music is also energy. So that will create a noise. Okay. The third is, you can actually also burn incense or because like scents and smell, it's all the senses. So you can like, how they have in Tagalog called pausok. When there's like bad energy, you make pausok. So you can do that. But okay, if you're, once also, it's like salt. Salt actually is also one of those that can. But my husband's so anti that. There was a time I threw salt all over the house, and he said, "What's this?" But of course, I just don't tell him na lang because with feng shui and its energies, do not get into it if you don't believe it. Okay, it's like we respect everybody. So when you get into something like I say it's not a religion. It's just really energies and really aligning everything. Okay, so that's it. So the 4th is make sure that your entire house, if you can, get rid of cracks. Those mga, hairline cracks, because sometimes in the house, the wear and tear, cracks are entrances in your home from external forces. Okay, so it's also bad feng shui to have cracks because that means the house is unstable and everything. So this one, if you can, parang ipatche niyo lang or whatever, or repaint. Actually, repainting, if you can, before a fresh coat of paint will really make the whole house create new energy. And lastly, very important is your front door. Okay, what does that mean? Joyce can also talk about it. You know how like the front door is where, when you build our home, the direction of the front door is very important. So like my house is north. In fact, it's at an angle because, based on my animal sign and my husband's. No, just my sign. But I'm the more swerte one. So, it's my sign. No, but anyway. So with your front door, okay, this is extreme. Like you can't naman move if your door is already existing. Of course, if you're gonna build a house, try to make it a favorable, auspicious direction. If not, if it's already existing, that's fine. Make sure there's no cracks in the door. Again, like I said, cracks invite negative forces. No cracks. And if you can paint your door, like new varnish, a new coat of varnish is good. If it has metal elements, polish it. Rust is also, anything negative would be rust. Those light bulbs, make sure all your light bulbs are walang pundido. Like I said, light is energy. Light is good feng shui. So make sure that's the worst. Like, you have like fuses that are dead and stuff like that. And then also in the kitchen, also make sure that everything works. If you have appliances that are sirana or, whatever, get rid of them. Donate them. Because it's very important that, like, I believe that if you purge, that's the time that new stuff will come in. So this is a time, it's like Chinese New Year. It's almost like Chinese New Year. The practices that you do for Chinese, you can also semi-do it for the ghost month. But I read that you're not supposed to wear red. I don't know why, but I'm not sure. Maybe Joyce can say that, but I'm not sure I read. And interesting, I'm almost finished. Of course, for like on general, have no weddings. Normally, they don't want to have weddings during that time because then it's like a negative energy. And strangely, no selfies. You know why? Because they said when you do a selfie, there's going to be like elementals behind you there. So make sure that you don't take a selfie during ghost month and then just like have someone take your picture. So that way you won't. But of course, that's like, I don't know if that's true or not. So there. So in the end, also, just like feng shui and everything, it's your self-care, okay? Like your home, you're in charge of making your home a positive and creating energy. So if you yourself is like in a state of fear, uncertainty, and which this whole pandemic can really create that anxiousness, confusion, and it's up to you to change that set of mind. And then now that we're into our 5th or 6th month already, we're realizing it's not really avoiding COVID, it's living with it. And so like Joyce said earlier, it's a metal thing, so everyone's into like all these webinars and all these gadgets and stuff. But next year, I'm hoping, and I'm going to count for sure, that it's going to be a better, because the number 6 is in the middle. But she said that it's still going to be there, meaning it will be another maybe 6-8 months or a whole year for us to sort of be in like that pre-COVID state. So now it's really a matter of, and they say now cash is king. So it's really invest wisely and keep a positive attitude. That's all. All right. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Tessa. That was such an interesting and an informative talk. And I know that our viewers were able to pick up a few tips that they can actually use to prepare for the ghost month. We will be having a few questions in a little while, but let's hold those off right now, and let's proceed to our next speaker. Joyce is actually a feng shui expert who will be sharing with us today a little history about ghost month and the things that we can possibly do in order to be able to ward off the hungry ghost. Joyce, welcome.
Yes, hi. The two of you made my talk very, very, because you've said everything, almost everything already. But I would like to share a few that you would be very beneficial to you. But first off, in any talk that I do, I started off with the introduction to Feng Shui. Actually, the correct pronunciation is Feng Shui. Feng is wind, Shui is water. Feng Shui. Now, the Feng Shui is a practical looking of our natural living space, our working environment, and striking a balance. So it has to have balance. Okay. Now, Feng Shui is a practice of Buddhists and Taoists, but nowadays it's been open to everybody already, primarily because they want their lives to be auspicious, and they want to unwanted situation brought by the negative and to be removed. Okay, basically, Feng Shui deals a lot of many things, like eight aspirational, wherein you would know which color to use, what direction to use, which are favorable and unfavorable. It also talks about the yin and the yang. I guess everybody knows that already. the circle, the black and the white. It's the use of that. It's also time bound. Balance is important. The five elements should be there, which has the productive, exhaustive, and destructive cycle. And lastly, if you, it's as I've said earlier, it's time bound. It deals also with common sense. You know, common sense plays a lot of feng shui because from history, feng shui was just like from our ancestors, just seeing the moon, the stars, and everything that's happening, the natural causes. It's just that. But now we have tools to really measure the directions, like having the lupan, or what we call the compass, or just using ordinary compass that we have now. Now, basically, feng shui arises from many dynasties already. Just a quick history that how feng shui can deal. Did you know that the Ming dynasty before was we used feng shui? The emperor called everyone into his courtyard and then invited all the feng shui practitioners and masters and killed them. Why? Because of power. But because of that, there's negativity involved. So it then lasts. Plus the fact that it's also time bound, meaning that it changes every day, every month, and every year, which is why we have our annual thing that we have events to tell you which ones are good and which ones are bad. Now, what's happening right now? I don't know if not all of you have listened to my talk, but I have mentioned before that the center star is afflicted. The center star, meaning there's number 7, there's this harmony this year. But next year, it's going to be 6, as what Tessa mentioned a while ago. And the number 6 is a good star. It brings blessings from the heaven. Though there's still metal energies because it's an ox metal. Just moving forward, just to give you a quick of what's to expect next year. It's a much better year, but still there will be remnants of what we have right now because, as I've said and Tessa said a while ago, it's really a reset button this year. So it's really like having the big reset button pressed upon us. And really, what's really important is what we learned out of it. Now, going to feng shui, we need to activate the Trinity of Luck in order for us to really activate good energies for us. This is the heaven, the earth, and the mankind luck. The heaven is 33.3% of our luck. The earth is another 33, which deals with direction, and another one is mankind. So meaning we need to move forward in order for a luck to be activated, and you need to believe in yourself that you can do it. Plus the added factor of feng shui, knowing the good and favorable and unfavorable, and then there you activated good luck. Now going to the ghost month, as Tech already explained a while ago, it's gonna be on August 19 to September 16. Okay, that would be the ghost month period. The ghost month will be on August 19 until September 16, and the Hungry Ghost Festival will be 15 days after the first day, which is on September 2. Now, the gates of hell will officially open on private houses is on August 19, or public is on August 20, and it will again close on the 16th. Meaning, when you say private houses, it will be for the houses that we have, like our homes. And for public, this would be like the government, hospital, malls. They will open on the 20th. It's like it's like the opening of something, but really that is officially, that's how they calculate it. And to give you a brief history about the ghost month, actually there are many myths going about the ghost month. But really, it started from a monk, Mulian, who rescued his mother from hell because his mother suffered from the persecution and did not pass by and go to heaven. Mulan asked Buddha assistance on how he could rescue it, and Buddha was the one who told Mulan to have collective prayers. Actually, we Filipinos do that also, because like when someone dies, we have the 9th day, the 30th day. It's the same thing. So actually, don't fear, because when you say about ghost month, it arouses fear and pity. Pity because we're like worrying where our ancestor their souls go, and fear because the ghost month arises from negativity, which is why many people have this notion that they're afraid of the ghost month. But really, what is important for the ghost month is how you venerate and how you give respect to your dead ancestors. It's just like that. Okay? Now, from ancient, because the Chinese has different taboos, different myth, they really pray and light incense for their dead ancestors. Actually, there are many other festivities. Name them. This is the Jetai, the Chinese opera, and the 4/4. Actually, these are performances to venerate the souls. But actually, you cannot sit in front, because the front should be reserved for their dead guests. That's number one. And there's also the burning of hell money in streets. Actually, you see this in if you encountered or went to a parang dead relative, a Chinese dead relative, you would see Chinese paper made out of draping of the houses. They offer it to them, and there's also food offerings left in public and outside the house. Why outside the house? Because they don't want unwanted guests to go inside the house. That's why they place it outside. You may see here that I have shared, there's incense, there's food, there's fruits. Actually, this is the ones that we can do here in the Philippines. The lighting of the candle, offering incense, and even I offer fruits because medyo mas matagal masira. So that's what we do. And some other have altars outside the house. They also put a picture of their deceased relatives, place fruits, and then light incense. Actually, lighting of candles is the same. Another known on September 2 that they will celebrate. I just don't know now how they will celebrate it because it's quarantine all over Asia and all over the world. Actually, it's the Zhongwan Festival. You will see City Garva. Based on history, City Garva is the one who holds the key to open the gate. And you will see in the picture that City Garva is there, and they are offering it so that the ghost would be more to appease the ghost. It's an offering. It's a festival that I've shared here, and there you see scattered wads of money and paper houses, cars, actually to give respect and comfort to their dead relatives. And there's also the floating lotus flower paper lantern. It's done normally on September 2 or at the end, which is on September 16. They float these lanterns into the rivers to give the right path to their dead ancestors. Now, when there's so much negativity, there's so much negativity because it's always coined the Chinese the ghost month is always a Chinese year. I'm sorry, but the ghost month is always coined as negative. So normally, we really do donate to charity or do some kind of kindness to uplift the karma. So we normally, if you may do, but it's not instantly writing big fat checks, even small things to afflict the negativity that's surrounding and imbibing the ghost month. Okay, and some other people would like also to have protective cures with them. So we place a chung kui. Chung kui is a god, the warrior, the warrior god who inflicts the spirits. There's also food dogs in front of the house. You can place them because the food dogs are the emperor dogs, the one that protect the emperor. There's also the Dorje Drolo. It's for negativity that may afflict human. You may also place the Kwan Kong. It's for your wealth, possession. You may wear bracelets like piao or place piao also in your homes. These are just protective. You may do or not do this, but some other for the sake that for their appeasement, for human appeasement, they place these cures with them. So I just shared with you that. And now regarding the taboos, I believe there will be no problem with this because it's the quarantine period and we cannot go out at night. So it's a good thing, right? So you cannot go out at night because they are at its peak at night. You cannot swim because those who died with water element, they take their spirit with them and replace the human to their soul. So you cannot swim, do not travel. I believe we cannot do this this year. So it would be easier for the ghost month to celebrate this year. Do not start or move into a new house. Do not perform risky surgery or medical procedures. But if in case it's an emergency and we cannot do anything about it, just do acts of kindness after which the medical procedure was done or before. And you cannot get married or perform any celebration this year because we don't want to upstage the ghost. Dapat sila ang bida. So we normally except for the ghost month celebration, which I don't know how we will celebrate. Maybe probably we can just offer prayers, offer incense outside the house. Maybe that's the only thing that we can do. Another thing is you have to keep away from walls because the walls, they easily come in and out of the wall. So they say that if you lean your back against the wall, they will get you. These are just taboos, okay? So don't be afraid. And as mentioned by Tessa earlier, that you cannot wear red. Yes. Why? Because it's so much young. Okay. So wearing subtle colors like pastel, even just subtle colors, kasi sila ang bida pa rin. We don't want to upstage them. We just want to appease para walang problema. Parang it's just like that. And if ever someone offers outside, you cannot kick or step by the offerings because I don't know if you've came across like revelations in YouTube that they got sick, because that's what their belief is. And if you cannot pick or bring it home, the offerings, you cannot bring it home. Just stay it there. Diba, when we go to a funeral, sometimes, you cannot bring this one and this one. It's the same thing. Plus the fact, you cannot hang clothes at night because the ghost might go with your clothes. So you cannot hang clothes at night. Okay. Now I would like also to share some new normal, how we could cope with the new normal, with the ghost month around. So first, we must acknowledge the change. Really accept it. We cannot do anything about it. No, even I had so much time adjusting to to that change that we have. Okay, we have to be strong because the storm doesn't because the storm doesn't it never rains forever. Okay, never let your fear decide your future. So again, as mentioned by Tessa and Tech a while ago, that you have to decide on your own. You make your own future and you decide on that. Okay? Ito, very pasay na, is to be positive and stay away and stop worrying. Okay? You know what? Positive mind comes with positive vibes leading to a positive life. And positive thinking evokes positive vibes leading to a positive and happy life. Because the more you control on things, the more it controls you. So you have to free and let things take their natural way. You can just control the things that you can. You can move away, stop because it adds up so much negative to your worrying. Another thing is that you need to embrace the change. That really changes here, acceptance. And this one is practice self-care. I know you've heard this so many times with so many people, like that they're wearing the mask. You have to have guidelines inside the house, how you could be protected, and that's how you control it. The things that you can within yourself or within the family. Plus the fact that you need also to stay connected with friends and family. Okay, that's very important. Explore new habits. Consider meditation. You know, meditation is a food for the soul because it aligns your chakra. So it's very important. There are a lot of techniques on how you can do that. You can even browse on YouTube. There are a lot. And if you don't want meditation, you can exercise because staying healthy is very important nowadays. And very important also is remember to smile and be happy. Okay? What is important this year is the learnings that we have. So know what matters most. Show a little kindness, because when you show this kindness with you have empathy and you'll be thankful with all the things that you have, even the smallest things. Even practice gratitude. And what is important is the wisdom gained out of what is happening right now. Again, as I've said earlier, it comes to my conclusions. Don't fear, because the storm it never rains forever. The storm shall pass. And next year will be a better year compared this year, because as I've said, it's number 6. And remember that 168 is part of the 6, and 6 is the heaven star. Okay, these are what I mentioned are taboos, because some people when they talk about ghosts, it really inspires parang takot, fear. You should not be, because it's just like venerating like what we have on November 2. It's just like venerating the souls. It's just that Chinese has a lot of taboos and a lot of that they practice. You may practice that, and for your appeasement, you may just light incense and pray, which is what is important the most. Okay, thank you very much. I hope this everything I condensed everything, so you make it later. Probably we can have questions, right, Tech? Thank you, Tech. Going back to you.
Thank you for that informative talk, Joyce. Indeed, the story and beliefs that surround the Ghost Month can be quite engaging, especially for many homes and business owners. But I guess instead of focusing on the negative effects, we should also see the Ghost Month as actually a chance to reset, to study our choices, and take even better care of the people that we love and the people that we value. Our homes, we should always remember, should always serve as a safe sanctuary. But this is only possible if we take necessary care and precaution that would allow for a safe and comfortable lifestyle, not only for today or not only for us, but also for our loved ones, with or without the COVID-19.
Welcome aboard the Galleon, a vessel built to awaken your passion and purpose. It has everything you need on board. But most importantly, it is a home. But what makes a place your home? A home is where you become the best version of yourself, being in control and living your dream. A home is for strengthening your core and invigorating your spirit so you can take on the world day by day. A home is made for morning rituals. Looking forward to your journey ahead and getting ready for what the world has to offer. Together, going further. A home is for indulging in a life of luxury, being surrounded by elegance, living in opulence, the finer things in life. A home is where you can unwind after a tiring day in the city, to refresh and savor the little moments. Welcome to your new home. The Galleon is a premier 2-tower development by Ortigas Land. The first tower, Offices at the Galleon, is a Grade A office tower for sale, built on top of a 2-level retail podium. The second tower, Residences at the Galleon, is a luxury residential condominium that complements its prime location. Anchored at the heart of the Ortigas Center, it is one of the most accessible places in Metro Manila, surrounded by well-known schools, hospitals, and shopping malls. Residences at the Galleon is a 51-story tower designed for modern urban dwellers. Each unit is built with the finest materials, with a touch of modern, mindful architecture. Feel right at home as the grand lobby welcomes you to your living space. Take a dip in the pool or walk along the outdoor garden to clear your mind. Win friendly competitions in the game room or sit back for a movie night in the theater room. Grow young minds in the daycare and celebrate big days in the social hall. You can choose from 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, or penthouse suites. Be in control with just one click using the Galleon Smart Home System. And live in an eco-friendly development. With everything you need at bay, we are redefining the joy of urban living. Whether you are thriving independently, a newlywed couple, or a growing family, we have designed a home that adapts to your changing lifestyle. So come aboard, take control of your own journey, and steer it in the right direction with Residences at the Galleon.
Our discussion, however, has just got started. Let me ask our experts a few questions about the Ghost Month. I think this is the more exciting part, our Q&A. So our first question actually goes to Joyce. Joyce, a lot of people are actually asking, will Ghost Month make things even more difficult for us?
It's in your mind. Everything is in your mind. So if you think and you feel that Ghost Month will be very, and it will happen. Okay, as I've said earlier, Ghost Month is a myth. It's a celebration that from kasabihan, arise from kasabihan. And what is important is what you believe in yourself. And as I've said, it's just venerating the souls, the dead, our dead ancestors. And that's what matters most during the Ghost Month. And take away all what I've said, that the taboos is just a myth. That's all a myth. And it's up to you whether to believe it or not. But really, what is really important is how you do respect your dead ancestors. And that's what's important. And probably we could just light incense and offer prayers because it can do a lot than worrying about it, than being negative about it. I
Okay,
hope I answered it.
I have a follow-up question this time for our interior designer, Ma'am Tessa. Ma'am, are there, in your own experience, are you actually following simple steps, or do you do certain measures before the ghost month in your own home? I mean, what are the practices that you usually do before the ghost month?
As an interior designer, some people are apprehensive about feng shui because, they think it's contra Catholic religion, it's contra mga belief, diba? But like Joyce also said, it's just practical matters. Like the tips that I gave about how to keep your area clean, get rid of the cracks, make sure that all the light bulbs are new. I mean, that's all practical things that you should really do. I mean, now that we are all stay at home or work from home, everything na you see around your home, oh my God, there's a crack and everything. so even this pandemic gave you time to actually clean the mess in your house. And now that, you're also trying to, like they say, cash is king. So you now have to like start saving. And then all of a sudden, you can dispose of things, make money out of it, but mga sell pre-loved and all. So yes, I've been practicing that. And what it is also is important is it's the energy that you really bring to your home. That's the most important. It's your mindset. Now that they were like saying, of course, now the pandemic has really even affected. Now there's so many mental health issues. People don't know that staying at home and all these, it's a blurry line between work and family time, because now since you can work from home, you can actually just all have work. And there's no anymore, the line between work and play is already vague. So then you don't have time. Sometimes you don't have the time anymore to play or have family time, or, and so it's really a matter of now they're like saying, as Joy said, it's a time to reset. It's also time to balance, meaning you have to create a sense of balance and also have a routine, because now that we have all this time, it's very important that you also have a routine and keep like especially now for children, diba? It's the hardest to have to discipline them with school, online school and everything. So now that, yes, maybe like saying maybe Ghost Month is even going to be more difficult. But again, it's really a mindset. If you decide to go that way of all this darkness, then, it will be more difficult. I mean, it's up to you to do all the protocols, to make sure that your family is safe, to make sure that, you have all the precautions just in your home. Because again, you can't control what's out there, but you can control what's in your home. And if you do that, whether it's cleaning up your home or making sure that it's sanitized and everything, and like I say, always invite sunshine in your space. Feng Shui is also the flow of chi energy in your home, which is so important. Like when you work from home and you don't have sunshine, like at least 20 minutes a day, that creates negative energy. That's why you have to keep lights on, especially in dark corners. You got to invite energy to flow. That's why even in Feng Shui, like she said, it's like, air and water. You need to have that. What even all architects say, they design with cross ventilation. That is so important. Cross ventilation creates energies to flow in and out. If you're in the right direction, but then the air is stagnant in any environment, whether you believe Feng Shui or not. Stale energy is dead air. I mean, like, diba? What do you do when the toilet is like, used? And open the window. You gotta create energy. You gotta create. And how does energy flow in? With air. So make sure that the air circulation is and that's another interesting point. You need to disinfect your air cons by, they say there's like, you have to, because the air recirculates through the aircon, meaning, and because COVID now is coming, there's more cases saying that it's air, it's in the air. you gotta spray your air cons. I mean, there are professional services that do that, but that's one thing that people neglect. If you're in aircon 24/7, you gotta spray that aircon.
Mhm. Okay, Joyce, in your case,
Yes.
saying that you mentioned a while ago that red is not a very good color for ghost month. So does it also follow that in your homes you shouldn't have anything that's color red?
Actually, that's a myth that they follow, but it's still up to you. But red is what they say is what attracts the ghost this for the ghost month. But you can probably still wear red, but on a subtle color because we don't want to upstage them. As I've said earlier, you can still wear red. There are palettes that are red palettes that are kind of muted. Yeah, so you can still do that if your favorite color is red. We cannot do anything about it if you have, like Tessa always wear vibrant colors. Right, that is
Yes,
she, and we cannot we cannot
Joyce
do
is
anything
right,
about that.
you know that the shades of red, there's a very wide spectrum. So you can go orange,
Yeah.
yellow, something else. And tech, what we can suggest as interior designers, you know how pillowcases, mga, I always find that, if you want to change the energy, you change the color of the pillowcases, or you know, your sofas,
Yes,
your throw
yes.
pillows. So if you have anything like that, you just change it to the more favorable color
subtle
for
color,
that thing,
yeah.
like a subtle color. So those things actually can create some, parang a neutralization of the energies.
Yes, it's just this month. It's just 1 month. So so actually, it's all in the mind. I'm a feng shui practitioner, but I'm not so much into. But what really matters is what you inspires you, what's imbibing you, and these are just practices. If it's applicable to you, if it's not, it's still up to you. Like let me like wearing something black. You don't want wearing black. So why would I force you to wear black? Probably the nature tells you not to wear it. So probably this is just myth and ancient belief. Now it's modern. We have modern people with us, so probably the ghost can adapt also to us to being in a modern world, right? So
Yung mga ghosts, that's also digital na. I think the digital.
digital na yan. you next thing you know, we're 4 here already. So actually, Tessa, they can easily.
Joyce, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Are indoor plants good to have, or
Yes, it
because
is
I know
good.
that there's, of course, they say in feng shui dead plants also are,
Yes.
it's like common sense, diba?
Yes.
But to have plants
Inside the house.
the home,
It
is that favorable?
It is favorable, yes, because it gives more of yang energy, but just don't place it in yin spaces like bedrooms, because bedrooms are supposed to be yin because it's a place of rest. There are some areas that you can place plants. Now, I invested too much plants, right? I have too much plants outside the house because I wanted too much yang energy. It's all in my living room, in my sala, in my lanai, but I just didn't place it inside the bedroom. Or if you just want a certain space that you want to be in, you cannot place that. But just not the bedroom. Even water features not inside the bedroom, because anything that creates so much yang energy, it's not good for the space in the bedroom. That's just basically it.
Okay.
Some people kasi they make it complicated in feng shui. Yan na si Joyce, they will tear down this and there. You can also apply so much with feng shui. It's modern na. You can apply subliminal cures. Right? So I'm a modern practicing consultant. So we need also to adjust ourselves with the modern world. So it's anything that was written in the text is practiced long time ago. And we should also, even I, adapt also to the new change. So I have also, like with having my clients, I also let the personalities, interior designer, you should know your clients very well, because you know how to help them fix the space. mamaya, I let them fix this one. They're not happy with it.
You know, interior designers are like psychiatrists and psychologists.
Yes.
Diba?
It's actually yung kalaban namin is right here. But all the interior designer architects love me because I easily adjust to situations. Yeah, you know, because they always their mindset kasi with feng shui consultant, naku, ayan na magpapatear down. No. But if it's really, I will tell, and it's up to the client whether they would want to have it tear down or would not. It's really that's it. And probably this is a modern time. We can apply a lot of curing. There are many representations how to apply that.
Joyce,
You can even use yours. Yes.
are there specific plants that would bring luck? Like, is some ani tree a guarantee?
Money tree is it jade plant. Jade plant is a good. Actually, every plant is a living energy based on Buddhist practice. Anything that is living is good. Anything that sprouts out life. But of course, what we know is just the jade, the fortune plant. But actually, I got interested with this kind of plant that I really inanap ko pa. But it's not in our text. But I got so infatuated with it. So I bought one. But really, it's really fortune plant, jade, based on text. It's really jade and fortune plant. That's basically it. But you may use other plants because plants are living energies that you can use in your space. Living energy.
Joyce, I have a question for you.
Yes.
So you said that it's a metal year, right? And you know
This
that
year.
we shouldn't have metal in the room because some people relate like metal, like maybe it's like they don't realize that metal is also gadgets, diba?
Yes.
I mean, the computer is
It is
considered metal
yes.
energy.
Actually,
So we shouldn't have like our computer in the room. Is that advisable to just or put it in the study?
yeah, I know, Tessa, that you've also attended Lillian's classes. And part of that is always you cannot place a TV. Television is also a metal inside the bedroom. But
Yes.
do you do that? But honestly, because that's the
Well, you know, the cure to
Right.
that is to put it inside a a TV cabinet.
It's like an
so that
armoire?
way, yeah, I mean like an armoire. I think they
Yeah.
say like saying, okay, of course, how can you not have a TV in the room? I mean, that's so impractical. So what they do is like,
yes, that is
in
yes.
fact, Lillian said like, you know, what you do is after you watch, you put a blanket or something or like a curtain
You're
or
an
something.
interior designer. You have good ways on how you represent
Yes.
it. Right?
Yes.
Because you can just, I advise, I talked with, just recently, a week ago, but they have this swinging thing for the TVs if it's not used, because it also creates actually the television, anything that's mirrorized is metal, right? Anything that mirrors is not good because it causes disharmony, especially if it's facing a marital bed.
So you're saying that
yes.
it's only in ghost month or
No,
all
it's
the time?
for all the time. It's all
All
the
the
time that you can.
time.
Yeah, it's not only for the ghost month. It's really not good. It's Feng Shui 101 that you cannot place a mirror. Actually, mirror and TVs are the same, facing the bed, because it causes disharmony between the husband and the wife.
But
So you can be
So now I have
be
something to
inventive.
blame. It's the TV's fault. It's not
Nasa,
my
you can be
fault. It's
now.
the TV.
Now you can be inventive, right? You can place an armoire. You can. What I did. It's not. It's the TV is facing us, but it's up. Placed up high, a little higher, para hindi siya talaga directly facing us. So, you have to be innovative. Innovative in a way, because this is a modern time, right? Yeah. So you have to adjust.
So you know
also.
what?
You have
I
to
better take
adjust
off
also.
the mirror above my bed. Nah, just kidding.
Nasa,
Ay, nako, you know, in these times talaga, you have to keep happy.
Yes, I know.
Tawa na lang,
I
diba?
know.
Grabe.
Totoo.
So our next question for the both of you. Now that we are doing work and study from home, what are the tips that you can actually share with our viewers? Because you mentioned that metal stuff is not really advisable in the bedroom. But what if you have very limited space? I mean, what can be done? Like for those who are already setting up their office spaces in a studio unit or in a one-bedroom unit, or for those who have kids that doesn't have a spare room or a spare room for a study room.
You know, I attended this. It was like more of a talk on parenting, and they said what you need to do now, especially because you have to create like schedules. You have to create your own workspace. That's separately, even if you like, for example, syempre, not everybody's a big home or whatever. So in a condo, create a study table where that one will just be, you don't eat there, you don't use your phone there. So that will be sort of your workspace. Because now, more importantly, is like we have, work from home, which means it's like 9 to 5 or whatever. So you create that space for that. Don't use it for anything else, because then if you start, that's your space for work, and then you also do your leisure there. Then again, there's no sense of this is just work and this is just play. So it's very important, even for children. They cannot study in bed. They cannot parang do their homework there. Kasi then they get. There's also that element of discipline, diba? So it's very important that you also create, like if ever a Zoom space wherein the lighting's good, syempre naman, di ba? So you have to really already designate that as your workspace. And it could just be a chair and a table, like a classroom size table. It doesn't have to be a bed. Of course, if you have the luxury of having a space, then fine. And that will be designated as work. That way, it's sort of like, when you go there, you're in work clothes. I mean, like you have to also have that sense of I am going to work, because then if you just wear the same thing, di parang pareho lang. You have to also keep that practice. Now that we're already 6 months, it's getting already terrible. Kasi di ba, parang 6 months, we're already gonna look. It's there. We start working in the bed, di ba? Parang then we become undisciplined. And it's also the same like working out, diba? Parang in the beginning, okay, I'm gonna do everything. I'm gonna cook, I'm gonna pay. Then now, wala na. Tinatamad na ng tao, diba? Sawa na eh. It's so hard. You really have to create, you have to like have some sense of balance, of discipline. Even more now, as the time gets into, this length of time, it's so easy to get back to the thing. And once you get back to that cross the time, negative na naman yan. It's like, there's so much frustration already. It's nakakahawa. It really is.
Don't. Actually, in addition to that, you were asking a while ago if it's a small space, how you can create good energies. Actually, you can do a micro feng shui thing. There's a space, as Tessa mentioned earlier, that there should be an allotted space for an allotted duty. Like, if you're studying, there should be a study area. For small spaces, what your frame of mind is, the study table is just where you would work or your study. If it's a studio type, then the bed is for your sleeping. So you have to have discipline. You have to have discipline yourself on how you could do this and do that, and make it easier for you. Because again, Tessa mentioned, it's really difficult time this year, and adjustments are really, really spiraling all over. Even Tessa mentioned that for the working, actually last night, a lot of it's the start of the school, so orientation time kami. So I prepared the lanai, a certain space in the lanai, because that is the northeast, and northeast, by the way, is good for education lock, and it's also good for my son. So the position of the northeast kasi is youngest son. So that's where I placed him. But eventually, he doesn't want to stay there. He wants to stay in the room. another problem. So make it probably balanced. So we can stay here for 30 minutes and then stay there if it's question and answer already. So you have to balance. That's very important. Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much to our speakers, to our panelists, Ms. Tessa and Joyce. To our viewers, I hope you were able to pick up something from this very informative discussion today. Unfortunately, that's all the time that we have left for today. But before we officially close today's discussion, maybe again hear some final thoughts from our panelists. Maybe just a little tips on or a few reminders on how we can better deal not only with the ghost month but with the ongoing pandemic now that we're back on MECQ. So maybe please start with Ms. Tessa and then followed by Joyce.
Well, really 2020 it's actually a very auspicious year because it's a time for new beginning, it's a time to reset. But of course, it also is a major change in the cycle of the feng shui, wherein the metal rat is the beginning of a 60-year cycle. So ideally, what you do this year will sort of, snowball into something even more prosperous and auspicious. So what you do need to do is like something to look forward to is what you need to do, and keep a frame of mind that this is just a challenge, a present challenge that you will really overcome it with, of course, having a prayerful soul and having, of course, nothing will beat hard work, keeping your expenses and your finance tight. Make sure you are in control of everything in your home, things that you can control, do all the protocols, do everything that you can to make sure that you and your family are safe. And then with that, especially during the ghost month, put all the precautions and make sure that your home is free from all the clutter, create good chi energy to flow in, make sure that your home is equipped with, of course, always make sure that your home is full of love and energy and, of course, positivity. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Tessa. Joyce?
Okay, I think I've mentioned this earlier regarding that how you can cope with the ghost month. Again, positivity is the key. Balance is also very, very, very plays a very important part. You have to embrace the change. That remember that you are not alone. Everybody experiencing what is happening right now, and everybody should adjust. You cannot control everything. You just control what you can, because the secret to happiness is freedom, and freedom is acquiring a certain courage with you. So facing with that, already how to practice the self-care, establishing good habits. Actually, it's also been publicly everywhere already that wearing the mask, stay protected by wearing, even now, even face shields, right? Is a must. So you also need to be connected with your friends, enjoy family time. Again, consider meditation. It's very, very important because it creates good chakra in you. There are a lot of you can download it via YouTube if you're not, and if you can also join classes how to meditate and join meditation exercises or breathing exercises. It relaxes you if you're that kind of a warrior. And most especially, remember to smile and to be happy every day. Know what matters most. Show kindness to everybody. When you have this kindness, you show also empathy. And sometimes you share. It's a sharing. You can share your whatever you have. You can share it to other people, and even your happiness with you can share it. Even that smallest thing that you can share, you can share. And what is important are the wisdom gained out of what happened. That is what is important now. And plus the fact, what is in store for next year which will be a good year, better year. next year because I believe that we already learned so much already from all of these things. Talagang kasi the Feng Shui, it plays a vital role, the divination, the karma. It's really gave us something to think about, something to learn. So I hope everybody learn whatever, love Mother Nature. Love what you have right now. Appreciate even the smallest things in life. So I think and I believe if you have all these things with you, you will look forward for a brighter and stronger tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much again, Ms. Tessa and Ms. Joy. And that wraps up our webinar for today. Thank you to our panelists for sharing their time, insights, and expertise, and to Ortigas Land for continuously partnering with the Inquirer Property for all their webinars. To all our viewers, let me just remind you, with or without the Ghost Month, I think it's always best for us to really just stay positive and to learn to value the things that we have, to learn to always see the bright side, the good side. I mean, Joyce was right when she mentioned a while ago that it's not gonna forever be a rainy day. It's not always gonna be the storm that's gonna be facing us. So I think we just have to learn to better appreciate what we have, to make good of the situation that we're in, and to just be, to learn to listen and to learn to really embrace change, because that's the only way that we will be able to cope or go through this very challenging time. And again, just I think look at the brighter side. At least now you get to spend more time with your family, more time with your loved ones. And I think at the end of the day, it's what really matters most. So again, thank you so much and stay safe, everyone. Bye.